Hello, and we're back with Database Detectives Minor Crimes Division. Okay.
Whew. Thanks, Detective. I just told my kid what happened, and he stopped crying. Finally, some peace and quiet. What's with kids these days, anyways? Always playing games, always on their phones. Even when we make it illegal, they're still doing it. Oh, that brings us to our next case. Some college kid was caught disturbing the public with their cellular device during class time. Thankfully, this miscreant was reported by a responsible, law-abiding citizen who sent us their text message conversations with the suspect. Zora knows we could use more law-abiding citizens like that in our country. Not like these dog-nabbed phone texters. Why don't they watch TV like the rest of us?
Cell phone users. Disgusting. Anyways, let's see. Even though they make it illegal, they're still doing it. Oh, that's that. Actually, college kid caught disturbing the public with cellular device during class time. Okay, someone who's using their cell phone during class. Law-abiding citizen sent us their text message. Oh, God. Oh, we have a manual. Finally, the final thing. What can we possibly talk about? Oh my god. Self-joins. I've already been doing self-joins. What the heck? Well, I guess you already guys might have seen me doing self-joins in earlier, cases. But now you learned it in Chapter 8. Let's see. If you enjoy reading this book, you should take your time and savor this chapter, as it's the last. If you hated reading this book, which is much more likely, you should also take the time reading this chapter as you savor the feeling that you won't have to read any more of this drivel nonsense. Yep. Okay, self-joins. You can join a table with any other table, including itself. Yep. This is useful when you want to find a relationship between rows within the same table. For example, take a look at a query on the left. The query finds all pairs of people where one person is exactly twice the age of the other. Since all the data we need for this is within one table, we can accomplish this with a self-join. When we join two different tables together, we always join on the columns that share common values across table, such as ID columns. When we join a table with itself, our join condition should define the difference between the rows that we're trying to find. In the query above, the difference we're trying to find are people that are exactly twice as old as the other person. Yep, okay. When we join a table with itself, we're joining a table with another copy of itself. Table 1 is the copy of the table that will contain people with half the ages as those in P2. Take a look at the table on the left, which illustrates what the self-join process looks like. Yeah. No, we finally learned null. Are we gonna have to deal with nulls? I hope not. Okay. No. You might see a row with a column data that looks empty. Don't worry. You're not going crazy. That value is null. This means that this column value doesn't exist. For example, the example table contains my reasons to live. Oh, I don't have any. So this value is null. You can check if a column value is null by using is or is not operator. See, finally we get the not operator, unless I just missed it somewhere earlier. But now you tell me with the null part. Let's see, except. What is except? I don't remember using something called except. Well, at least in Oracle SQL, that's the SQL I use the most. This might not be Oracle SQL, but it's very similar. Sometimes it's easier to look for the opposite of what you're trying to find. Let's say you have two tables with the same columns as people table, named suspects and citizens, where the suspect is a citizen. Let's also say that we're trying to find all citizens that are not suspects. In this case, finding the opposite, finding all citizens that are suspects is easy. We can simply select all the values from the suspects table. With the except word, we can use the results from this query to help us find what we actually want. The except keyword allows us to subtract the results of one query from another. Place this keyword between two queries to remove the results from the bottom query from the rest of the top query. In other words, it's the top query minus the bottom query. However, in order for a row to be removed using except keyword, the entire row needs to exist in the results for both queries. Oh, Jesus. Okay. This means that it's important to be very intentional about what you select, as this could change the final results of your query. This is to say that that when using the accept statement, you probably don't want to be selecting all columns. Congratulations. What do you feel now that you're at the end? Is, is it a feeling of joy now that it's all over, or perhaps that of emptiness now that there's nothing left to read? To quote our great leader Zoran, don't smile because it's over, cry because it happened. God. In his brilliance, our great leader Zoran summed up what it feels like to finally learn SQL. Yeah, I call it SQL. Some people might just call it SQL, but I call it SQL. I still don't understand anything. This is me. Well, case 8. Oh, okay. Text page 1. Okay, let's just read this. May 2nd. Weirdo classmate. Hey, we're taking 2 of the same classes this semester. Ha 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 ha. Me. Crazy. Well, I'm gonna be busy. Whoa, okay then. Hey, did they change the page to view classes? Not that I know of. It's still lz.edu. Guess we should write this website down. Oh god. Oh god, look at the memory of this MMO stuff. Delete that. We don't want to remember that. None of this. Oh, terrible. My brain still hurts from navigating the website. But this is already looking depressing because there's already another website. Delete that. Why am I pressing enter instead of delete? Okay, hopefully none of you guys need that. Let's change to this. Here we go. Websites. This will be, page 1 will be all the websites we need. I can't even spell website. This is already going terrible. LZU.edu. Okay. I don't know what that is. Text message 2. Hey, what did you draw for the project? What? A WTF? Is it really? What the fuck? Why are you asking? I'm just looking for inspiration. KYS. Is that what the KYS we think KYS means? That seems pretty rude to say back. Thanks for the advice. But say thanks. What the heck? Okay. Why WYA is on the main page. What are you even saying? Okay, next one. Did you get ACB for the homework? Yeah, I got that too. Cool. The person who sits next to me in my row said so too. She got a better test score than both of us combined. Oh, God, this is seeming like what we're gonna have to do. Find someone who sits next to someone, add our 2 test scores together, so I have to find out who I am, or me in this thing, and then combine our test. Oh, God. I can already see how terrible it's becoming. That doesn't sound hard to do. Oh, sure. That isn't hard to do, especially with your score. Okay. Hey, I've been to less than half of the classes. Give me a break. Look at this. Less than half the class. This is already telling us something, right? And we're gonna have to calculate this. That's why this combined word's capitalized and this less than half is capitalized. Is that what you're trying to tell me? I guess at least it's giving me clues. ASDF. Okay. Why do you send that? When we were in class. Okay. You know that's illegal. Huh? Oh no. No, wait. I'm sorry. That was an accident. Please don't report me. I'll do anything. Please don't. Lamau. Please. What? This is just how the youngins talk. Okay. So, hey, we're taking 2 of the same classes this semester. So I have me and Weirdo have 2 classes that the same. Okay, so I have to figure out classes. What do you draw for the project? So there's something to do with drawing in one of the classes. Okay. Oh no, it's already a website. Why? Los Angeles University. Already a student? Few classes? Faculty member? Teacher login? Want to learn more? About us. Okay. View class pages. Okay. Oh, there's art. Draw. So I guess that would be one of our classes. But then that means there's 5 other classes to choose from. Okay, let's see what art has to say. Oh, wait. Oh my god. There's so many things to click on. Yeah. Okay. What do we want to do? Let's just read. Read, gather all the information, then we'll understand what to do next. Don't be an anarchist. Be an artist. They're on. Feature student paintings this semester. And this stuff. Your professor. Meet your professor. They don't look like they're happy to be a professor. Love and happiness. Two things I will never know what it's like to have. Wow. I was up in a dumpster as a small child, sustaining myself through rotten banana peels and wet paper bags. I lived in this dumpster throughout my years of public school, where I was mocked relentlessly for my dirty appearance and rank odor. Oh, this is so terrible. Every night in my dumpster, I cried. This was my life until adulthood, where I eventually channeled my unmatched sadness, pain, and suffering into pure artistic energy. Unfortunately, my critics have been just as kind as my fellow school children, leaving me in a cycle of unending torment. This is my reality when I made my most famous series of work, Tears on Paper, made up of sheets of white office paper drenched with my tears. Wow, this one is quite drenched here. Wow, this is a depressing school. Syllabus. Okay, class syllabus. Attendance is optional. I understand that many people are disgusted by my visage and I don't want to forcibly inflict this pain onto you. However, you must be in class to turn in your homework and projects. Exams. There will be 2 large projects that will serve as your exams. Details about this will be discussed in class. Use these projects as opportunities to let out your sorrow. Grading must be split evenly between your homework and projects. Project 1, Project 2, homework. Do I have to calculate grades? Please no. Please no math. Okay, homework. Bring something from your home that makes you suffer. This game? You'll be drawing this object this Thursday. I'll be bringing my mirror. Oh my god, reading. Weekly readings. We have to read in art class? Top 4 drawing mistakes from bad artists you should never make by Leonardo da Vinci. Not drawing noses. Let's be real. We have noses, yet some artists decide to forego this fact and neglect adding noses to their character design. They claim that this is a stylistic choice, which is possibly the laziest justification due to the fact that any flaw in an artist's design can be justified as a stylistic choice. Drawing stick figures is a stylistic choice, but you won't find me calling that fine art anytime soon. Wow. What is this reading? This is more just like opinions, right? Outlining with black. Black outlines, to put simply, contrast heavily with the color that these outlines contain inside. This robs a drawing of its focus, making a fuss of what it's supposed to be. A mess, not fuss. What it's supposed to be. Luckily, not many artists make this mistake. Only complete amateurs. Lack of shading. A small change in the direction or intensity of the light that light shines on something can have drastic effects on how it's shaded, which is why you should avoid just putting the bare minimum effort into this part of the drawing process, such as just shading one side of an object and stopping there. For example, study how the colors of shadows change at different distances from a light source. Don't make the amateur mistake of shading just one color. Unrealistic hands. Hands are easy to draw. Which makes it strange when artists try to make shortcuts when drawing hands. I've seen artists try to avoid drawing hands in the most infuriating ways possible, such as not drawing fingers at all, drawing circles for hands, or drawing little stubs where fingers are supposed to be. That's not okay. Or when I draw some, I just put their hands behind their back and then bam, no hands. If you avoid all these mistakes, keep in mind it does not mean you are a good artist. It's just a slightly less bad one. These are the bare minimum standards for what I expect from my class. Well, we know we're in this art class. So we share this class with Weirdo because we have some... What project did you draw? Unless we have drawing and other things. I doubt you would draw in these other classes, right? Maybe draw conclusions. Huh? Okay, I'm continuing. Economics. You poor? That's what I saw. I saw you poor before I saw economics. Let's see. High inflation means more money for everyone. Confucius. Indeed. You poor, unsurprising. Most people are. Most people don't know anything about money. Have you heard of supply and demand? Buying low and selling high? Gross domestic product? You haven't? That's because these obscure concepts and industry secrets are something that only people with 180 plus IQ will know about. Until now. Stop being poor. Learn about money with me, Janet Talkin. Your lifeline out of poverty. Get in debt. Buy high, sell low. Think again. More money is good. Okay. Meet your professor. To make money, you have to understand money. I'm Janet Talkin, and I understand money. My career began when I dropped out of high school to learn about money in the gritty streets of Los Angeles. What is one? When my father is working at his bank firm, he jokingly says he is in the gritty streets. Oh, okay. I learned how to fend for myself. I didn't get that much help on the first week of my internship at my father's banking firm. And through these years, the internship lasted a few weeks, but it felt like years of hardship. I learned volumes about finance and economics by bartering whatever small scraps. Scraps are an industry term for stocks and bonds worth millions of dollars. Oh, sorry, like a trust fund kit or something. I could find. It is because of this, not despite it, that I am now a millionaire. However, I remain humble and would like to teach you everything I know due to the goodness of my heart. All I ask is one measly favor, for you to recommend this class to 5 of your closest friends and have them each do the same. This will make the world a better place. Okay. Syllabus. Oh, God. Well, there's the seating that we had to that weirdo sits beside someone. Attendance. The easiest way to get rich is to work hard. This is why I make this class unnecessarily difficult. You will need to come to every class and remember your seat. This will be very important for you hustler grind set. For your hustler grind set. Seating attendance sheet. Okay. Exams will be a midterm and a final. These exams are mandatory and I will ignore most bribes sent my way. Midterm scores. You will be scored on how hard you work. Grades in this class represent how successful you'll be in the future. Midterm, final, blah, blah, blah. Oh my god, homework. Oh, do we have to solve homeworks? No. Try to understand the provided literature to answer the question. We'll look at homework later. I don't want to. I already graduated from high school and college. No more homework. Okay, weekly reading. The Los Angeles Market Economy by Peter Timmon. Commonly referred to as the capital of the world, Los Angeles is located between the Hudson and East Rivers. Due to its location, Los Angeles, prior to the global sanction, has been an important port city, exporting a considerable portion of the world's raw energy materials such as coal and crude oil. These raw energy materials are exclusively produced by Zoran's own companies, ZOC, who hold a benevolent monopoly over the entire energy sector. The term benevolent monopoly is a term to describe a monopoly held for benevolent reasons as opposed to financial ones. Zoran also holds a benevolent monopoly over the production of media and industrial materials. Outside of these ZOCs, Los Angeles also exports food, services, and artistic craft. These are entirely produced by citizens who are allowed to start businesses and create websites themselves with very little barrier to entry. Although the predominant economic forces in Los Angeles is driven by ZOCs, the Los Angeles economy is still considered a market economy. This is because ZOCs are not state-owned, but privately owned. The Los Angeles market is thus bound by market forces with very little state intervention. The only regulatory requirements is a permit to start a business, which needs to be reapproved every 2 years. I think I'm learning more about Los Angeles than my own city and country. Oh, here, computer literacy. This is something we should know. Computers are the next big thing. Beep, beep, boop, boop. Computer. Okay, with this class, learn how to navigate the wide world of the web to access the platforms of the future. We will cover essential things that you need to know in order to understand and eventually master the art of using the internet. Things like how to turn on your computer, how to look through database tables, how to create an account for a website, how to avoid common scams, how to have strong internet security. Register for this class now if you haven't already. And if you have, welcome to the future. You're a professor. Okay. Meet your professor, computer expert, passionate teacher, devoted family man. These are only some of the terms that describe the brilliant Professor Douglas, a native Los Angeles. Alan Douglas was born and raised less than 400 feet away from the Los Angeles University, where Los Angeles University is now, eventually joining as an IT specialist, a job that Professor Douglas still has today. After noticing the alarming amount of internet scams proliferating across the city, it's become Alan Douglas's duty to educate the populace about the importance of computer security and the basics of using the internet. Okay, learn to upload an image of yourself like this one later on this course. Okay, walking through the arch on the way to my first day of work. Syllabus, attendance. This class will not take attendance, but don't let that stop you from coming. My lectures have at least 100% satisfaction rate. Exams. There will be no exams for the class. Grading. Your final grade will be determined entirely by your weekly homeworks, so make sure those are turned in and done correctly. And that's everything. Simple. Homework. Oh, that's it? Weekly homework. Using the rules mentioned in the reading, write down your password. Write down the websites that you have created an account using this password. You will need to create and list more than 5 accounts with this password involving either bank or e-commerce. This will be collected in class this Thursday. Okay, I thought we were trying to prevent scams. Okay, weekly reading, The Key of Our Digital Age by Professor Alan Douglas. This is just your stuff. Now that our society is becoming more integrated with the internet, having a strong password is becoming more important than ever. Think of passwords as the keys of our digital age. And if you know anything about keys, it's that you always remember where they're kept. That's why it's important to have one good password that you use for everything so that there's less chance of losing it into memory. Yeah, that's good. That's good advice. There are 2 halves to a good password. The first half should be a memorable word in lowercase that only you should know about. This can be anything from your mother's maiden name to the name of the elementary school you went to. If you want a password as strong as mine, however, you should use the name of the street that you were raised on. Okay. For the later half of your password, you should follow the same advice, but using a number instead. However, try not to use a number larger than 100 as this might make it too hard to remember. For example, I use the last 2 digits of the year that I first started working here at LZU. Now that's not a year I will forget anytime soon. Seems like I need to create a password, doesn't it? Using this. Okay, well, we learned about terrible computer literacy and security. History. I have never done anything wrong in my life. History will prove this, Sauron. And he definitely, we know from other cases, didn't do anything bad in 1993. Zip, nada. Everything in 1993 was good. Learn about the history of the blood spilled for the land and the iconic building in our brilliant skies. Okay, your professor. Meet your professor. You kids these days have no idea how good you have it. Back in my day, there were no roads and cars, only trains. Those gosh dang things, I hate them. You also had to work back then. What? You also had to work back then. Okay, I'll tell you what. We paved our neighborhoods hand by hand, just so you kids these days could relax in bumper-to-bumper traffic. And these gosh befuddled internet, all these websites and articles to pass the time. Let's see, back in my day, we just kept our feelings bottled up inside until we developed alcohol dependencies and abused our loved ones. Whatever happened to that? Bring back the good old days where men went fishing and died at 40. That's the Calzoronia I know. Anyways, I've been a city planner and historian for 20 years. Please go to trainsarebad.com for example of my activism. Chains are bad. I don't like them. Source, me. Nothing here to click? Okay, I guess that's it. Syllabus. Class syllabus attendance. Back in my day, everyone went to class. You will too. I know this generation won't like to hear that, but too bad. I will keep track of attendance on a piece of paper like what they did in the good old days. Okay. Exams. There will be some essays you need to write in class. I will give back scores in person because that's how they should be done, not in a computer mumbo jumbo. Yes, you are being graded. I'm not handing out participation trophies. Da 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 da. Okay. So there's nothing to download for your class because you ain't giving it to us, bro. Okay, because you handwrote everything. Okay, homework. Okay, no homework for this. Do your weekly reading and respond to the following prompt. What are the consequences of the 1993? Nothing. Nothing happened in 1993. It was all jolly and good. That's what we learned. The consequence of the 1993 global Los Angeles sanctions on the emerging political and social movements across California. I feel like I'm pronouncing it different all the time. Who cares? As a whole, how has the development of the highway systems across the urban environments alleviated some of these problems? How would trains have made everything worse? Sounds like real pushers of, individuals having cars and not having public transportation. Your response must be no greater than 500 words and at least 20 citations in MLA format. Font must be Times New Zoran 22. That's big, I would think. Triple space, italicized with strike throughs and right justified. Imagine reading stuff with just like strike throughs the whole thing. This will be collected in class Friday. Oh my god, there's so much to read. Weekly reading Landmarks of Los Angeles by Frank Lloyd Leff instead of Wright. Okay. It's not hard to be in awe of the landscape of Los Angeles. Thick, rectangular slabs of concrete rise in all directions throughout the city, a monument to its rapid growth and industrialization. Naturally, a few of these structures have become symbols of this powerful city, their facades a representation of order and stability. Okay, the Los Angeles University Arc. Built closely to the front of the Los Angeles University, this arc remains the only curved structure throughout the entire nation. Made of Nazian marble, this monument honors Zoran's humility during the peaceful invasion of Yugoslavia. See, it's peaceful. That must have been around 1993, when nothing bad happened. Our leader's estate, the official residence of our great leader Zoran. Currently the tallest building in Los Angeles, this humble skyscraper has some floors completely open to reduce wind resistance. At night, warm red lights glow from the windows for benevolent reasons. Okay, sure. Benevolent reasons. California State Building. Formerly the tallest building in Los Angeles, this iconic one-of-a-kind skyscraper is the center of the nation's government and bureaucracy. Due to its location, this building can be seen from anywhere across the city. Oh, they have a Central Park. Whoa. 1931, 1994, 1994. Okay. Oh, how many more classes do we have? Okay, 2 more. Philosophy. The most important rule in philosophy is not to question authority. Okay, understood. Hello, students. Is this thing on? Haha, just kidding. Welcome to philosophy, where we will learn about the core principles of the universe and raise questions for which there might be no answers. Questions like, where does knowledge come from? Why do I feel such a close connection to our great leader, Sauron, even though I've never seen him in person? And why did my ex-wife, Shelley, say she wanted to see other people? This course covers the basic of epistemology, metaphysics, political theory, ethics, and the fundamental of Zoroastrianism. Not sure what some of those words mean, neither do I. Let's take this semester as a chance to learn these terms together. Brain, very important for thinking. Thinky face emoji, a philosophy icon. Okay. Meet your professor. Hi there, students. I'm author Siorian. All right? And I'm glad you want to learn more about me. Some people may consider me one of the top philosophers in California due to the amount of thought that I think. Okay, more than 100 per day. But I'm also just a happy, humble, ordinary guy. Okay, in my free time, I like to think thoughts, of which I have more than 100 per day, and write about philosophy. One of my greatest achievements was publishing the 12-page, just 12, page Los Angeles Times bestseller, Critiques of Pure Reason. Okay. Which argues against Kant's transcend oh, transcendental idealism in favor of a more Zoroastrian perspective. I also have one cat who I love very much. I just love life. Hey, Golda Cat. He's my best friend. Little me, just a humble thinker that thinks at least 100 thoughts per day. Homework. What is this? Space time. Part of our intuition. What is all of this? I don't know. Readings. Critique of periods. This is not 12 pages, unless you were also writing with Time New Zoron 22 point and triple space. Okay, let's see. I must start by mentioning my hesitation to completely destroying the entire legacy of Immanuel Kant. He seems nice. Regretfully, however, it must be done. We begin with how Kant categorized space and time. In Kant's perspective, space and time were an innate part of our intuition, necessary for how we perceive and interact with the world. Kant believes this means we cannot comprehend the true form of objects perceived without the distortion of space and time. However, this is all really stupid, as there's one clear example of a person whose true form can be experienced. Zoran. Oh. To put simply, this is because Zoran inspires universal emotion. Our great leader creates feelings of overwhelming bliss and a willingness to obey his authority, a feeling which permeates throughout Los Angeles society regardless of experience or knowledge. This is to say that Zoran inspires the same emotions no matter who is in his presence, from newborns to pets and animals. From this, we can conclude that the difference to Zoran is an innate part of nature, baked within our intuition, for his emotions' influence is universal for all living beings. These emotions also transcend space and time, for it is the faculty of mind, which exists outside of space and time, that process these emotions. We can also thus conclude that Zoran is beyond space and time, due to his ability to universally influence something beyond space and time. Oh my god, what am I even reading? In other words, Zoran is a fundamental to this world as space and time. As fundamental to the world as space and time, which means there's nothing to distort Zoran's true form. This core aspect of Zoran Astrianism is the first example of why Kant's work have no place in modern philosophical thought. Oh, my brain. So many space and time. This is like that format of is it called Penguin? Is that what Penguin books look like? My book. Buy it downstairs. No. If it's just going to say space and time 50 billion times, no. Science. Oh, God. All of science purely consists of unwavering faith, trust, and belief. Albert Einstein. That's true. We're supposed to believe these things, right? Okay. Together, we will explore the world of science in a very safe and supportive environment. We will primarily learn about the human body, and we have excellent class equipment, including hundreds of ethically sourced, large, voluntarily donated model skeletons. I want to say that these model skeletons are coming from my own personal collection, so please be very careful with them. We will also have in-class experiments. If anyone would like to volunteer to be experimented, please let me know. There will be extra credit. You don't need to be a student, so please also ask your least favorite friend or family member. Why do you got to be least? What are you going to do in these experiments? Professor, is this blood or is this like ketchup? Meet your professor. Hi, I'm Marion. I was born in Greenspoint. As a child of a very good person who was not capable of committing crimes. This is especially true now, maybe even more so. Everyone who talks to me would like to say I should not be accused of any crimes around the area because there's no such way an ethical person could murder so many people. I'm also known to be extremely charitable as I donate lots of kidneys, so I'm a net positive to the world. Teaching science is my biggest skill. My field of expertise is human anatomy. The human body fascinates me in so many ways. Please come to my office hours, which start at, let's see, what is that? 9:30, located at the alleyway in the middle of Cortlandt Street. Unfortunately, my office is very small, so I can only have one student there at a time. This also means whoever is visiting me should make sure they are not being followed, as it would be very awkward if two students showed up there at the same time. Okay, you murder people. Syllabus, there will be attendance. I want you here every class. I like looking at you when I'm teaching. I enjoy knowing who I'm looking at. So there will be assigned seats. Okay. Exam, there will be 3 exams. Scores, there's only exam 1. Okay, whatever. More homework. Reading. Genetics of personality. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Do we get our personalities from our parents? Science says yes. Research has shown that personality traits such as being a cool person follows typical Mendelian inheritance. Oh, I haven't done that in years. This means that an individual's personality is entirely derived from their parents, and that a person's personality can also be predicted before they're born. Let's take a look at the coolness trait, for example. Being cool has been found to be a recessive trait, as opposed to not being cool, a dominant trait. Dominant traits overpower recessive traits, which explains why there's so few cool people compared to people who are not cool. Makes sense. What makes us cool are cool genes, which are composed of 2 alleles. Is that how you say it? I think that's how you say it. We will label the alleles of coolness with the letter C, capital C, with capital letters representing the dominant trait of not being cool. A person who is not cool might have the cool genes of CC or C lowercase c, as the presence of a dominant trait overrides the recessive one. Someone who is cool then must have a cool gene of 2 lowercase c's. This prediction process requires drawing a table with each parent gene, a cool's gene. Let's try predicting whether or not 2 uncool people, one with cool gene C, lowercase c, will have a cool child. Note each combination of gene has an equal likelihood of happening. From this table, we can see that the possible gene combination are capital C, capital C, capital C, and little c. Since there are 4 squares, and each combination is equally likely, each of these squares represents 25% chance that the gene contained inside will be chosen. Since there's only 1 square containing little c, the odds that a child will be cool is a measly 25%. Do we have to do science? Okay, that's all the classes. Okay, faculty member. What's this? Admin. I don't know, you guys are terrible. Forgot password. Please speak with our computer security expert, Professor Alan Douglas. Okay, so I guess that's what that we call it crap he was saying earlier. This stuff. So I guess we're gonna have to do that to figure out that. Want to learn more? Oh my god, the reading never ends. It never ends. Los Angeles University. We're not just here for profit, we're also here for you. Los Angeles University began in 1988 with a single goal in mind, to educate the people of... Oh, that's when Zoran was elected. To educate the people of this wonderful city. As the sole post-secondary education center in the entirety of California, we offer many state-of-the-art programs ranging from history to philosophy, allowing our graduates to accomplish anything as long as they limit their ambitions to the range of history to philosophy. In these past 10 years, our vision of providing the best possible education for the people of Los Angeles has never faltered, and we hope that vision includes you. Come see why we ranked in the top 100,000 universities in the world. We are considered to be the best, mostly accredited university. We have a post-graduation employment rate of over 5%. Ooh. History of our logos. Okay. I guess that might matter. What are you waiting for? Apply now. Today's assignment, write down your blank security number. I guess social security number. That must be the tech person. Ascend humanity. Okay. Is this me going to science class and being killed and going to heaven? Fulfilling student life. He looks fulfilled. Fine now. Okay. First name, Miss. Jump. Phone number 123 456 78. Address. 123 Fake Street. Net worth. Oh, 9999. Oh, that's how much? I have more money than that. You're limiting me. Accept all terms and conditions. Terms and conditions. By submitting an application to Los Angeles University, I pledge to forfeit the entirety of my assets and my family's assets to Los Angeles University in the nation of California without guarantee of acceptance. I also acknowledge that Zoran is a really cool person who I'd like to hang out with. Submit. Yay! Your application has been successful. Welcome to the 1999 class of Los Angeles University. We'll send you more information shortly. Guys, I got accepted just like that. Okay, we read everything. That only took, I don't know, 40 minutes. Everything that we have so far. Okay, so let's see. Weirdo is that guy and me. We have art class together, maybe? And we need another class. We're taking 2 of the same classes this semester. Okay. Hey, did they change the patient? Because this, we got there. Project you draw, see? This is our project, art. Inspiration, things you provided, what a main page. Do we have to do all the homework to find a homework that has ACB? Homework ACB. Yeah, I got that too. Cool, the person sticks next to me in my row says that too. She got better test score. Oh. Okay, let's see. Weirdo seatmate. Wow. Has our combined score. Weirdo on the test has test score greater than weirdo test plus my test. Okay. Combined. That doesn't sound hard to do. And now we have, hey, I have less than half the class. I've been to less than half the class. Weirdo attendance rate is less than 50%. Give me a break. We have 2 classes together. Is that just for the one class? Like this class that has this homework? Or is that for like all classes that we have together? I've been to less than half of the class. Maybe just for this one class? I don't know. Okay. This is, I don't even know what this means. ASDF. Why are you saying that? Why class is illegal? Why is it illegal? Is it like this answer sheet for a test? I don't know. Wait, but how's that illegal? I guess it's illegal to send answers. Okay, where to start? Okay, we also need to figure out password. Computer teacher password. Computer teacher password. Okay. These are the steps I see for now. We assume that we're in art class because he's talking about an art project. Oops. What did he say about the art project? Hey, what do you draw? What are you asking? Just like my information, but then thanks for the advice. I don't know. Okay, just minimize this. Did you have anything for like list of students? No. So I can't join you in another class to see who's in art class and who is not in art class. Oh. Okay, do I want to do a bunch of homework? I guess I need to do the homework, right? Because then I would know which class to get the seat attendance. So I feel like the order is we have to do this, then this, and maybe this. Okay. Let's go. Homework number 1. Do you have homework? Oh, God. Page 3. Economics homework. Question number 1. Let's see. Try to understand and provided literature answer question. Why is the economy of Los Angeles considered a market economy? A. Los Angeles has a flourishing private sector with little state intervention. B. Los Angeles has a lot of markets. Okay, I don't think it's that. C. Food and services make up most of Los Angeles' economy, and these industries are privately held. I don't think it was that. D. The economy of Los Angeles is not considered a market economy. I don't think it's that. Yeah, I think it was. Los Angeles predominantly economic force is this. Los is still considered a market economy. Outside of Los Angeles, exports this. These are entirely produced by citizens who are allowed to start businesses and create websites themselves. Homework. So I know it's not B and C. It's not considered. It's not D, so it's A. So A. A, C, B. Well, it might be that. We're already starting off matching. Okay. Take a look at the actual exports of Los Angeles, measured in millions of dollars, which you can download here. Use the data for the next few questions. Did they just give this to us? This is actual export data. And this is just giving it to like people at school? Okay. What does this look like? Oysters, food, year, export worth. Where can I put this? Okay. On average, exports from non-SOCs make up how much of Los Angeles' total exports each year? Ooh, vey. Oops. I didn't want to click that. I was trying to just click here. For non-SOCs. Okay, let's see. Question 2. Socks. What? Wait, what was that? On average, exports from non-socks make up how much? Let's see. They do. Socks do energy. Oops. Material. Oops. Maybe it's coal, crude oil, or energy. I don't know. Let's just type this for now. Excuse me, this. Benevolent monopoly of this. A turn benevolent da 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 da. So also benevolent production of media. Industrial material. So non-socks are food, services, and artistic crafts. Okay. So we first need on average exports from non-SOC. Make up how much? Oh. Okay. Category. Let's first find out. What are the categories? Select all from econ. I can't believe I'm doing homework. Order by category. Distinct. I can finally use this word. Category. Okay, these are so energy. Oh god, if I spell it right. Food industry. Media. And this is craft, food, service. Okay, so that's the non-SOCs. Exports are not make up how much of each year. So I need to get the export per year total and the one for also non-SOCs. Let's just start here. Select from econ homework where category. We didn't learn one of the keywords I wanted, which sucks. can I just show you? So what I'm going to do is I want to do a category this. This is how the game tells us how to do this. Oops, craft, food craft, and service or category equals service. Now let's check. Did it really not tell us? Or did I just like skip over it? So not in this chapter. People, let's see, like, ors, distinct, having, math, count, all this crap. Yeah, I don't think it did. So this is one way to write it. So this would give me everything. Oh, what? Where category? Oh, there's an and. It's supposed to be an or. There you go. Food, service, and craft. So this gives me all of their non-zocs per year stuff. So that's one way to write it, but I wouldn't write a bunch of ors like this. So either you can write like this or the way I would have wrote it, at least in Oracle SQL. I don't know about Microsoft SQL. I would write the in keyword and hopefully spell the things correctly. So it's the same thing. It just makes the category, and the category has to be one of these things, and it produces the same thing. And it's much cleaner than writing 1,000 or statements. So I'm just gonna write like this because who wants to deal with or statements and having a bunch of parentheses? It does the same thing. At least in this case. Now that we have this, we need to get how much total exports per year. So we need a group by year, irregardless of what its industry is, right? I mean, how much of zones total exports? Yeah. So we do year. Was that the word? And just sum the export word. Oops. Here, by here. Okay. This is the exports per year for non-zocs. On average, exports from how much? Okay, yeah. As non-zoc export. I don't know. Maybe that should be the name of the table. Okay, we have a temporary table of this, and now we have it to do it for all of it. Not just non-zoc, it's just exports per year. Oops. So we have this and this. Now we just need to find the percents per year. Okay. So, what are we doing? How much expense a year? Average export. Okay, let's just first try to select it. We know we need to select all from NZ export. Let's put NZ join export. Yeah, you know, XZ on NZ dot year equals X dot year. We need to do some math. How much of the per year? So we want the average, and then we want NZ dot NZX or if I spell it right, divided by ACX or no, your stupid head was in the way. Would you move to the side? 0, of course. Why wouldn't it be 0? Okay, let's just check. You know. Can we comment this out? Okay, just stay right here for a second. Here. Okay, NZ here. NZ NX X what? EX what? You move your face. Okay, I think I know why it did this. It's because what results is not a integer, is a double. So I need to turn this into a double. Okay, let's just cheat. Can we cheat? There's no like casting stuff. If we just change it into a double like this, there you go. See, you have precision now. Oh, you don't have aggregate. You don't aggregate. Why are you missing this? Aha. So 10%. Okay, 10%. So 10% is C. C. Oh, we just need to figure out the next one's B. Okay. Cool, we did it. Okay. Oh, stop it. Stop being bad. Just not. Oh my god. Okay, now we go to question 3. I'm hoping that I did that calculation correctly and I'm not being stupid. Between which years did exports by Zox experience the largest decrease in worth of goods exported? Okay. Okay, we don't need these tables anymore, hopefully. Okay, we'll just wait until we're done with the eco homework, you know? Let's not just delete stuff for the fun of deleting stuff. Okay, now we need Zox. So let's just select star from econ homework. EH where EH dot category in. Yeah, I'm gonna use the in. I'm not gonna use the or statements. Too bad. The manual should have taught us this. I already showed you how to do it the non-in way. So if you want to do it within the confines of the manual, you could do it that still. By writing a bunch of or statements. Okay. Now we need to something for just those years. This gives us every Zoc, and we need the Zocs by year. Between which years largest decrease? So we're going to need to pull those years and then pull the difference between those years. So we probably need to join it on itself. But then we need to do math. It's like compare the year with its year. I think, is this the spray way to do this or is this a dumb way? EH2 on EH dot year. So this is like the year, like 1996. And then it equals EH2 year minus 1. So 1997, because 1997 minus 1 is 1996, and that's how you can join them. Then this and this. So it only selects sock stuff. What else do I need? Do I just join on year? Experience largest. Yeah, we don't need category. Do we need category? Because we're gonna sum it up anyways, right? Oh my god, I'm feeling my brain's melting already. We just started. Okay. And EH dot year and what was the years? 1996. What? Where's the comma? 1995. Oh, I'm not even typing the right numbers. 1994, 1992. Should we play safe? We'll just play safe and make sure that these years are these ones. I wish I had a keypad or a number pad. 1996, 1995, 1993. Okay. Then what do we want? We want EH dot here. We want the sum of each dot export worth has start here. Start export. Start work. I don't know. Sum h2 dot export worth as end worth. Oh god. I'm just thinking on the fly. I don't even know. Brain already dead. Order by this. Is this right? Is this good? Moman, help me. Okay, this time you can help now. God, period. Oh. Wait. My bad. Is this bueno? Okay, let's just see the difference. Stop it. Oh, that's not supposed to be an equal sign. As diff. Ugh, I don't like this new line stuff. Okay, think about that. Between the years, these years? Okay, let's look at the starting year. This will be as start year. We need to make sure that everything's correct. Oh, can we put this here? As end here. Then we need to group by okay. Between which years did the export of this experience the largest decrease in worth of goods exported? So we got it, the whole export per year. We subtract, we got the diff from the larger year to the smaller year. And where it's negative is 1994, the biggest negative. So which one? 1994? C. Wait, no, wait. 1994 to 1995. 1994 to 1995. Yeah, C. C. ACC? Oh my god. What is B? B is 95, 96. And it's clearly not that one, right? I'm not crazy, right? This is a correct... This is a long sequel to write. Let's just keep this. It can't fit there anymore in this page because the limits. Let's just say here. Econ. Question 3. Okay. Because I don't like this history thing. You can't even see anything. Like, I don't know. What was this? Who knows? So tiny. That was everything there, right? Econ. Q3. Okay, so we're not in eco class because we got ACC. Okay, all that homework just for it to not even matter. So great. Okay, can I move this aside? Because everything's gonna pop over here. You just go over here. We're done. Done with eco. Next class. Where is this? Okay, computer, you didn't have. You just told us to write down our passwords. So no computer history. Hello? No history. Homework. Philosophy. Homework. Okay. Philosophy. Homework. 1. Oh god, it's the time and space thing. Oh, my brain. According to Zoroastrianism, why do we know we are experienced? Oh, why do we know? Yeah, why do we know experience the true form of Zoron? My God. Okay. Someone has the ability to manipulate people's perception of space and time, which means he exists outside the bounds of space and time. Zoran universally inspires positive emotion, which exists beyond space and time. We see the true form of everything, Zoran included. We do not experience the true form of Zoran. I wish I could have two tabs, or just like open this tab and put here and there, because then I have to keep popping back and forth, because this is just mumbo jumbo. Okay, let's see. Against space and time, blah blah blah. Who cares about that? That means we cannot comprehend the true forms of objects perceived without the distortion of space and time. However, it is always stupid, as there's a clear example of a person whose true form can be experienced. So we see the true forms of everything, Zoran included. We do not experience the true form of Zoran. I don't know. Zoran inspires positive emotion beyond space and time, the ability to manipulate people's perception of space and time, which means he exists outside the bounds of space and time. I don't. Simply put, it's because Zoran inspires universal emotion. Creates a feeling of overwhelming bliss and a willingness to obey the authority. A feeling that permeates through lost or into society, regardless of experience or knowledge. State that inspires the same emotion no matter who is present. We conclude the difference of Zoran is an innate part of nature, baked within our intuition for the emotional influence of the universal of all living beings. Emotional also transcends space and time, or the faculty of mind which exists outside space and time. That process takes a much also include that Zoran is beyond space and time due to his ability to universally influence something beyond space and time. So Zoran is beyond space and time. Something said that, right? Universe inspires positive emotion which exists beyond space and time. Is that right? Well, I don't know if he inspires positive emotions. It's which exists beyond space and time. No, positive emotion which exists beyond space and time. Positive emotion doesn't exist beyond space and time. He exists beyond space and time. So this one, he exists outside space and time. Okay. So it's not B. We see the true forms of everything. We don't see it. We do not experience the true forms around. We also conclude that Zoran is space and time, his ability to universally that. In other words, Zoran is fundamentally in the world, to the world, space and time, which means there's nothing to distort Zoran's true form beyond this course aspect. We see everything. Nope, we do not experience. So it's A. Zoran's ability to manipulate perception of space and time, which means he exists outside of space and time. I don't care. I'm already tired of homework. How many philosophers only have Zoran as direct influence? Oh my god, what can this possibly look like? Philosopher directly influence. Zoran influence everybody. Socrates, Hegel, Descartes. Okay. How many philosophers only have Zoran as a direct influence? These people have. My brain. Okay. Okay. How many only have Zoran? So it's probably using that except keyword that we just learned, right? How many philosophers only have? So we get philosophers that have store from homework, where homework philosopher equals Zoran. So this is him, has a direct influence. Then we have an except, select, let's do a star for now. From the same table, fill homework, ph2, where fill homework 2, philosopher does not equal Zoran. Okay. How many philosophers only have a direct influence? So for this, you want to get both of them as the directly influenced. So pH dot directly influenced. And then we want to do a count. Can we do that? Or do we have to like make a subtable? I don't know, whatever. Question 2. Let's just not think too much how to make a complicated sequel. And let's just make the very basic sequel. So this should be the list, right? This is correct. This is what he influenced. And these are the ones that other people that he didn't influence. And we just subtract that from what he influenced. So now we just do select count 1 from fill question 2. 13. So D. That's correct, right? So this is already not right. See, ACB. I don't like how just like one off. I guess let's just answer the remaining questions just in case we have to redo all the homeworks because none of the homework's right so far. Eco was wrong. Philosophy seems wrong. Maybe we just don't know how to do homework. Not counting duplicates, how many philosophers have been directly influenced by someone who was directly influenced by Zoran? Mother truckers. Nani? Okay, 3. I hate this. Okay, how many philosophers have been directly influenced by someone who was directly influenced by Zoran? Okay, we need to get the people who Zoran directly influenced, right? So select all from fill homework where variance dot philosopher equals Zoran. And we want to get pH dot directly influenced. Oh my god, why do you have such long column names? Okay, this is who he directly influenced. So from this list, we need to join it back to as a philosopher and then get that, right? Okay. 2 on pH dot. We want the directly influence from this to equal pH2 dot philosopher. And then we want to get this. It's supposed to be the directly influenced. And just to be safe, pH2 dot philosopher does not equal Zoran. Just to be safe. Okay. Oh, we do a distinct and count. So count distinct 33 B. B 33. Let's save this. I should have saved the other query, shouldn't I have? Okay. So this is just off by 1. ACB. That's off by 1. This is ACC. This is off by 1. Oh God. So the science has to be correct. If the science is not correct, we are stupid with homework. Please, please be science correct. I do not want to redo all the homeworks. Okay. Feeling quite stupid, feeling quite stupid. What are the odds of someone who is cool and someone someone who is not cool with its genes have a child that's cool? Okay. Science. Homework. I'm doing so much homework. This is homework for even classes I'm not even in. What are the odds of someone who is cool and someone who is not cool have a child that is cool? Someone who is cool. Okay, so the cool person has this genes. I don't know why they put it like this. Shouldn't we put what are odds of someone who it's cool because cool is the recessive. God. Okay, like this. So that weird, not weird, but so this would be CC, 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 CC. So the likelihood of a child that is cool, which are both recessive, is 50%. So A. Oops. There's my little square chart. What is it called? A. 50%. That's correct, right? Oh my god, this would be so bad if I failed that ready. We are so stupid. Okay, more query time. Well, at least this one has more query than the last one. The last one was mainly searching. This one has queries. What are we doing? It's been proven that cool people write more than 500 queries before reaching 20 years of age. Okay, with this in mind, how many cool people were included in the study above? Jack Kilroy. Okay. That cool people write more than 500 queries. Well, I guess I'm a cool person. I definitely had to write more than 500. Wait, no queries. Never mind. I didn't know about databases back then. I write programs, but not queries. Select. I guess I'm uncool. Son of a B. SH. Okay. Where? Proven that cool people write more than 500. Where? Before reaching the age of 20. So before the age 21. Oh god, everything's in the way. I need a bigger screen. SH is less. Oops, that's not less than. Less than 21. Okay, this is their less. Before reaching this age, with that in mind, how many cool people are included? Blah, 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 blah. Yep. Don't do that. Say subject name. Some sh dot queries written as query. Right. Okay, we're gonna have to have a having statement. Group by sh dot subject name. Having this more than 500, so that doesn't include 500. Prove that people write more than 500. Okay. This work? Okay, now we just need to do the count of that. Are we allowed to do this? I don't want to write another thing. Can I? 15. Well, I'm cheating. I don't want to make a subtable just to do a count. So I just made a select statement and the table is whatever this produced. Congratulations, you're learning more SQL. Okay, so the answer is C15. Yes, I am using some stuff that are outside of this manual, but it's not like complicated outside. It's just literally, it would have been, I would have to create this subtable. Then I would have to just write the select count from the subtable that was created. So I just skipped the step of creating the subtable and just directly selected from this. Okay, based on the study above, oh god, it's just like what we just did for the exports. Between which ages, on average, does the number of queries someone write increase the most? Oh, I hate you. Okay. This is fine, right? Okay, select all from science. Homework. This better be B, or I'm going to kill you, because I am going to have to do all the homework again. Okay. Where ages? I'm going to do this thing again. I don't want to write a bunch of ors. Just lower numbers. Let's do it in order. 15, 11, 19, 13. Okay. What am I doing? Based on which ages average does the number of queries someone write increase the most? So we join science, homework, sh2 on sh.age equals sh2.age minus 1. And we'll just do this to guarantee that we don't F this up. Which is still very highly likely because I'm not trusting my brain to do my homework. Okay. These are the ages. Okay, let's see. We want sh.age as lower age. I don't know. As sum of sh.queries written as lower query. We'll just do that. Then sh2.age as upper age. Then sum sh.queries written as upper query. Okay, let's see, is that right? And then based on the study above, between which ages does the average number of queries written by someone increase the most? Oh god, I forgot the group by. Okay, group by SHH, SH2H, order by SSH, SH2H. The numbers are the same. Okay, based on the study above, which age on average? Oh, I need to do some sort of average. Oh, there's not the sum. I'm an idiot. Okay, and then we just do this minus this as diff. Oh, okay, if I spell diff correctly. Okay, let's think about that. Is this correct? Based on the study above, between which ages does the average number of queries written by someone increase the most? So this is the average number of queries written by an 11 years old. And this is the average number written by a 12 years old. And I did the 12 minus the 11, and then it gave me a different 3. So this is the age range that increased the most. Right? I'm not being stupid here. This is correct. So there'll be B, which means that I found the class they're in. They're in science class. Let's save this query because this was big to write. Just in case. I don't know. Science query question 3. Science question 3. Where's the number thing go? Okay, so this is B. Ages 11 to 12. We got one. So A, C, B. That is what the homework and their little text messages said. So we found their other class. Oops. You are in science and art class together. So Weirdo and me. Let's see. We found we are in science and art class together. Smiley face. Okay. We done to all. We had to go through all the homeworks. Couldn't have just been science first. Then we could have been done with it. But even so, I would have still checked the homeworks just to make sure that nothing overlaps. Okay, what can we get? Oh, we can get seat assignments. We got our seats. We got our attendance. We got our exams. Oh yeah, we need that for calculating this thing. Okay. Weirdo seat me. Okay, weirdo attends less than 50%. So let's get class attendance. Let's close this. Seat attendance. Okay, we're gonna find people who attend class less than 50% of the time. We'll select all from science attendance. Let's say Nani. What's the max? Count. No, we want count. How many days are there? I don't know. Let's just get the max days. How do we do this again? How do I math again? Okay. See, after doing all that homework, my brain is dead. Count. Let's see, attend dates. Then, and we group by that. And, oops. Let's just order. Can we order? I wish we could do this. This means you could do an Oracle sequence, order by 2. So that means the second column, order by that one. Oh, it does have it. What the heck? I didn't do this before. The 25 days. I'm teaching you more SQL. Well, Oracle SQL. I don't know if this works for Microsoft SQL or other types of SQL. Okay. So again, this just means take the second column in the output instead of having to type it all out. So there's 25 days is the max days. Now we just need to find who's attending. Well, I'm assuming it's a half day. I'm assuming that there's one student who's going to class all the time and being a good student. I'm making a lot of assumptions, so it might fail in the end and we might mess up, but oh well, for now. We'll see what it comes out to the end and know that this is a possible area where we screwed up. Okay, we want to find people who attend less than half of 25. 25 is not an even number, so we can't divide it by 2 nicely, so we have to turn it into a double. That all making sense to you? Having count grade less than 25. Huh. Okay, let's just see. $12. Because 13 would be too high, so 12 would be the biggest number. Okay. As a 10 count. Wait. Okay, order by 1. I'm just gonna do that. Again, this just means order by student ID. I'm too late to type out the student ID. Half attendance. Oh, let's put science so we know. Science half attend. Good enough. So we'll need this table later to join at some point. Let's put it right here. Because we need to join this weirdo attends less than half. Now we need to do test scores. But I need to figure out me. Oh. How do I know what I am? Who am I? You couldn't have just put in your stupid text messages, hey, this is me, I'm this person. So we did this homework crap. Next, we could find people who are next to each other, but we need to do our score combined. How do I get my score? Who am I? What am I? I guess we have to do something with art class. We've done so much with science class. What can we do with art? There's names. Am I one of these? Green, professor, your tier artwork, nothing to download, nothing in syllabus, nothing in here. All this. I guess we can do the other thing, the teacher logins. Maybe that will lead us somewhere. Computer teacher password is this. So what would be saying? Where are you? The first half should be memorable. Yeah. If you want a password as strong as mine, however, you should use the name of the street that you were raised on. Okay. Part 1. Name of street raised on. 2. For the later half, you should follow the same advice. For example, last 2 digits. Okay. Last 2 digits of year started working. Okay. And this is lowercase, right? Yeah, this is lowercase. You should use the name of the street that you are raised on. Now, let's see. Your professor. Expert, brilliant. This was born and raised less than 400 feet from where Los Angeles University. What kind of rap is this? Okay. Useful information we got. Okay. Raised less than 400 feet away from school. Oh my god, that's a spelling. It's spelled like a poopy head. Walking through the arches on my way to my first day at work. Starting work. So the arches were not completed. Because there's still a hole in the middle. Where do we see those arches? Not a history? Yeah. Completed on January 1st, 1994. So this year is before that, 1994. It could be 1993. Could be just that. We don't know when it was like being made. Okay, year before 1994. Oops. 1994. Wait, what did that picture look like? Oh my god. So he's walking. What is this? Okay, there's a scale, 400. It could be any of these streets. I don't know what your route to work is. What the fuck? So, what did I say? Raise less than 400 feet away from here. So this to this, like the size of my giant mouse. Yes, I do make an extra large pointer on my mouse. This, maybe this, and this. So it could be Mittens. You could live on Cortland. You could even live on Purring. And you could live in Thompson. You could live in Bucker. If you're walking by the arches, I don't know. Does it mean that your route is like you could walk Mitten to Cortland Street? You could walk from Mitten just straight through here. So you probably don't live in Purring because you wouldn't walk this way and then come back unless on your first day of school, or I don't know the scale. You could be standing right here and taking a picture. It's that far away. Blecker, you would probably just walk down Blecker, Thompson, maybe you just walk up Thompson. So I don't know, it could be Mittens, Cortland. I don't know, maybe not Purring because I don't know. We were making a lot of assumptions here that you wouldn't walk close to this area. Like you wouldn't. Maybe you live here on Blecker Street. Okay, 400 feet away. Maybe you live here on Blecker Street. And you're just like, well, I'm gonna take the scenic route and you go down Mittens and you go down Cortland. Like, how do we know that? You know, you live here on Thompson, go down Thompson, Cortland, Mittens. So it could be that. Or Blecker or Thompson. Scenic route. Like, we don't know. There's not enough information. We don't know. Okay. We know that you were completed in this. Do you think matter? Nope. Central Park. We have no idea where these places are. Thompson, Madison, Blecker. Huh? Oh, the university is like down here. Because somewhere. Okay. Well, we got a bunch of street names. We could do the process of elimination unless something tells us something. Did the picture show like a sign? Where are you? This. Oh, it's skyscraper. So you're looking inwards to the skyscraper. Oh, which is the tallest building. Oh, what does it say? What is that? I can't read it. Walking through the arches on the way to the first thing. So you were standing on the opposite side of the arches because based on the other picture. So where is this crap? Why is it? I wish I can just jump through these. This is Blecker Thompson. Blecker Thompson. And then where's Central Hudson Blecker? Blecker. Sounds stupid streets. I guess. I guess like this is on that side. So Central Park. This is here, and Central Park is that way. Thompson. So yeah, you would have to be walking this way because the skyscraper should be down this way south, based on combining all these maps together. And since you were looking through the archway and we saw the big building, you were walking down Cortland Street. So you would either live in Cortland Street or Cricket. Or Cricket. Let's just use my hand. I'm putting my hand up to the screen to put the scales. I don't know. It feels like Cricket could also be within 400 based on this scale. I wish I could just pick it up and hold it beside it. But Cortland Street is definitely there, so let's just start with that. And then Cricket. That's the only way that, unless you're taking some scenic route, as I said, on your first day of work, because maybe you're so excited and you wanted to visit the arches. Okay, so let's go with that. Computer literacy. Okay. Yup, see, we look at the arches. There's the biggest building. Oh, yeah. There's a sign here. LZU. We saw that there's symbols in there about us. This one. So 1993, because it was built in 1994, and the only year left is 1993. So based on the logos, it's 1993. Kabam! So this. Okay. Well, we'll start with Cortland. All lowercase Cortland. Then the last two digits, 93. Okay, there you go. The password, Cortland. Teachers. Password equals Cortland. 1993. Pa-ba-da. Okay, teachers now. Treat your students with kindness, not with anger. Gandhi. Teachers only, students get out. You won't like me when I'm angry. Oops. I don't want to do that again. Main page. Nothing to do. Discussion. Faculty discussion board. Talk about anything work-related. Hello, everyone. I made this page so that as teachers have a place to chat about whatever is on our mind. Hello? Can anyone see this? Can someone please write something? I literally spent months making this. Hi. These kids keep using lol. Any adults here have any tarnation what this means? Okay. It means being lazy. Okay. You can learn what a lot of these acronyms mean at Youth Translator. Those darn kids and their made up words. If anyone has a student that no one will miss, please let me know where they live. Oh god, science teacher. I can't believe I'm in this deadly science test. Important data. What's this say? Student's name available. All names and IDs of registered students this semester. I feel like I will need this. No final grades. No. This. Tasty recipes. Aha! Your names. Excellent. Okay, yeah, I'll need this. Okay, first let's visit Youth Translator. Let's go to my website. Lots of lollygagging. What is your child texting? Do you know what your child is telling others? Okay, lots of less lollygagging. Even there's very little or no more work left to do. Example, I'm going to watch TV after work. Lol. Oh, KYS. This is what they wrote in their text. So it didn't mean that terrible thing. It meant Kentucky yellow spotted salamander. A species of salamander native to the Kentucky region, known for their bright spotted pattern. Example, you're asking for my favorite salamander? KYS. WTF. White's tree frog, a friendly species of frog that is commonly kept as a pet, also known as a dumpy, cute, dumpy tree frog. Okay, example. What the F are you croaking in the middle of the night right now? What? WYA. Wow, your art. Set as an expression of awe at a piece of artwork. Example, WYA has such a balanced composition of colors. CPR, critique of pure reason. Philosophy book written by Immanuel Kant. Example, I'm having an epistemological crisis. Does anyone know CPR? Lamau. Okay. Love my authoritarian overlord. Please. Praise and love Zoran. Use to express your love for the leader of California. Long live Los Angeles. Lamau. Please. Okay, we could translate some of your garbo now. Taking semester, where is this crazy? Okay. Page is that. That's what they do. Hey, what did you draw on your project? W2F. So I made a white's tree frog. Just looking for inspiration. And then I replied, the spotted salamander. Thanks for advice. So I made the tree frog. They probably did a salamander. Then wow, your art. It's on the main page. So my art is the tree frog. So my art is on the main page. And the art page had names. Come on, where are we? This. So I am Matthew Hoji. I got my name. Everybody, I got a name now. Okay, and now we get that student thing. Now we need to find our ID. Okay. Select all from students as where first name equals Matthew. And just in case there's another Matthew, last name equals Hoji. It's me! Me table. Just in case we need to refer to this later. Okay, we do need to refer to it because we need my grades. Okay. Now what? We need this one. Oh my god, there's too many crappy things. Okay. Cool. The person who sits next to me in my row says that too. She got better test scores than both of us combined. So I know my test scores. We do a query to get your test scores. And then we cry. Okay. Science. We need this attendance, to have attendance. This is whatever. This is the me table. This is here. This is all science stuff. Okay. From the science, we need our scores. And we need our seats. And then I need the half attendance. Because that's you. Weirdo. Okay. This is so many tables. Okay, select all. Okay, just all. Oh, it started all. We're going to start with this half attendance. This is weirdo. Weirdo, you are one of these people. So there's gonna be a lot of tables. Half attend. Okay, then we want to join the science seats because we need to find your seat. So let's see, half seat. This is okay. Weirdo seat. Okay, not half seat. Weirdo's attendance. Just make it simple. W at. This is all related to the weirdo. Okay. Weirdo's attendance dot student ID. So we get your student ID and it equals your student ID here. Okay. Now I am seeing a problem already. Do you sit to the left or the right of the person? Oh god. Torture. Okay. We'll just have to, yeah. Oh god. Kill me now. Okay, think. Okay, let's start with just the left side. Okay, I'm gonna assume that I sit to the left. Or weirdo sits to the left, not me. Join science seats. Smart person. So smart seat. This is the smart person on. We get your seat, weirdo seat. Mother truckers, row number. We need your rows to match because you're on the same row. Smart person seat row. And let's make this clean. And W seat dot seat number equals smart person seat dot seat number -1. So this means that they're sitting to your right. Okay, this person is sitting to your right. Oops, let's do that. Okay, and the person sitting to your right. Now what? Okay, now we need grades. Okay, so we join science scores on weirdos score on W at dot student ID equals W weirdo score dot student ID. I need our scores, yes. Then I need to get smart person scores. Smart score on, oh my god, their seat dot student ID equals score dot student ID. All right, So let's just take all this information and make a table out of it. So we have this attendance, not student ID. This is the person who comes to class less than half the time. We want to get their seat number. So we'll get their seat, seat dot row as row. And you want seat dot seat number as seat. Okay, then we want their score dot what is score? Just score as score. Then we want to do the same for smart person. Smart. My brain hurts. C dot student ID, then S seat dot row as S row, S seat dot seat number as S seat, S score as S score. Okay. Then haha. Okay, but I want to order stuff because I don't like stuff out of order. Okay. Order by Rose W seat. Oops. W seat dot seat number. There you go. Now it's organized. So you can clearly see now we need to do the math. Okay, let's just do this. Potential. Let's see, this is if they're sitting to the right. Smart person to the right. Smart right. Okay, we have this table. Just can this fit? Oh no, we're running out of pages already. This couldn't get it all. Dang, what a small notepad. Son of a bee. Well, we're just gonna have to take this table back. Okay, let's get the left side first. The left side would be the opposite of this. So this is if they sit to the left of us. Smart left. Correct. Yes, this is if the smart person is sitting to the left of us. Now, we need to do my score. What did I get? Oops. So scores where student ID equals this. I made a 76. Wow, I didn't do so bad. My grade, my score. Okay, I'm just gonna hard code whatever this is in here. Okay, so if we do select star from smart right, where what do we want? You tell me what we want. We need a having statement. Mother trucks. Okay. WID. Stop it. Behave. Okay, I just want to see the scores. I don't care about our seat numbers anymore. Score this SID. We don't really care about their ID. Okay. Okay, and then we want to group by this. By this. Let's put on one line. Let's make it less space consuming. And then we want the having having S score. So S score is greater than W score plus 76. I could just do this math. And S score plus 76 as combined score. Nothing. Okay. Please, the left side have it. We got we got one person. So this is the person. Wow, you made a 12. You are not as smart. So this must be the person, right? Okay. So select star from students where student ID equals is you? Okay. We don't know if this is correct, but let's go through just in case it's correct and I would lose all these things. So here's what we did. Overview. We got this. We got these text messages. We read through text messages. We got the main website for the school. And we got some clues. So we wrote down the clues. We got a clue that we draw. So maybe we're in an art class. And then we got this clue that we have a homework where the answers is ACB. And we got a lot of clues about seats and where do you sit. So we went through these steps, like we had those type of things that we need to learn. So first we went through the homeworks. So we went here, we went to this, we viewed the classes. So we went through all the classwork classes that have homework, which I believe was eco, philosophy, and science. We did all the homeworks until we found one that matched. We found that the science class was the one that matched having a homework answer as ACB. And once we figured out that, then we didn't have enough information about to solve this, like where my seatmate sat, because I needed to know who the person was. I was making the text messages. I needed to know who I was because I needed my test score. So I knew I couldn't do this. So I had to get a password because we saw here at the teacher's login that we needed a password. We saw here that it said that you asked this teacher, which is the computer literacy teacher. Then he had a whole thing about his reading, about how he creates passwords. And then we used his background along with the history class, this information. So this information here, this map, and this about us with the logos. And we were able to determine that the first part, the street that he was raised on, was Cortland. And the last two digits of the year that he started working was 93. This would have been the answer for that. And this would be Cortland all lowercase for that, because the archway was built before 1994. Then we saw that this logo was from 1993 to 1996. So the only overlapping between that, a year before 1994 and between 1993 and 1996 would be 1993. So that's how we got the password to be Cortland 1993. And when we were finally able to log in here, we were able to go to this discussion board, go to this youth translator, and figure out what the heck they were talking about in this text message. Was it this one? Yeah, this one. That's WTF. So we figured out this WTF is not what the fuck. It's this tree frog, and this is the salamander, which gave us the hint that told us that we go back to the art class, that this is ours because we made something with a frog and it was on the page. So we got our name, and once we got our name, we were able to get our test scores, and we were finally able to make a crazy sequel to figure out where the person sat by a smart person and kind of just narrow it down to who they are. So hopefully this is the person, and if it's not the person, I don't know, we all gather together and try. I think the only trick, like a potential trick here, was knowing that the person could sit to the left or the right of you. So that's why I had to create a left and a right table. Subtable. So if the smart person sat to my right, then this is, you see their seat number. This is my seat number 4. When they sat to my right, they'll sit in seat number 5. And if they sat to my left, because say they sat at the very, I sat at the very end. Like if it's the 30 row table or row, 30 seat row. And then if I just did the right side, then there's no 31 seat because there's only 30 seats in that row. So that's why we have to also look to the left. So that's why I had to create 2 tables and see where the name goes. If you only make 1 table, perhaps you made only the right table, you would have never got this answer because this answer was on the left one. So yeah. Now we just have to hope that this is correct. Otherwise, this whole thing is stupid. Or I'm just stupid. Okay, here we go. You are commanded to arrest Lazaro. Baron. Don't mess up. Under accusation of texting during class time on Los Angeles University campus, violating this, which prohibits disturbing the peace with a mobile device. It is 2 hours. Let's see. Please be right, or I don't want to do that all again, especially the homework. It's correct, right? NJLZ campus, finding correct classroom. Sprinting towards suspect. Oh, thank God. I was like, where's the achievement? I was scared. So he arrested the correct true culprit. Whew. I was like, hello? Achievement? Does that mean I got it wrong? Okay, so yeah, this one was not as bad as case 7. I think case 7 was a lot worse. Because case 7 really requires you to browse so many web pages, and again, you can only have 1 tab open in the web pages, so going back and forth and back and forth. This one had less web pages and more information just like on one web page instead of having to click through like subpage, log into someone's like PayPal equivalent and looking through their transaction history, then closing that and looking through another player's profile, then looking at their PayPal. So this one was a lot nicer and doable. And again, it had a lot more sequel. Case 7 I felt was more detective and trying to search for clues and trying to search for answers by just like reading what are they saying, what happened at a certain time, who's this, who's that. And this one I felt, especially in the homework section, it was a lot of how do I write a sequel to answer this question? And I really had to like think with my brain. Like what is the right answer? What's the right way to write sequel? Yes, I did become a little lazy with writing sequels, with especially writing ors, because I don't write ors like that. I don't write this category or category equals this, or category equals that, because then you would just write category in, and that does the same thing, and it's much cleaner. So yeah, maybe you learned some sequel too from the way I wrote them. But yeah. What do you guys think of this case 8? I found this one was quite enjoyable, even though I was crying when I saw that I had to do homework. But yes, it was definitely more enjoyable because it's more balanced between the actual detective work and the sequel, and the level of the sequel was definitely harder um, compared to other ones, which would just like select star from table and maybe like you put a where clause like where Zoron equals something, and you only like pull one value. But this one you really had to understand how to join tables together and then use like what columns you're joining on to produce the type of data you want. Because against like for seats, like I had to do seat in one table equals seat minus 1 in the other table. And to do those date ranges, I had to do year in one table equals year minus 1 in another table. So it was not just like joining directly year on one table equals year on another table. You actually had to do some math in there. Even though it was very simple math, but it was still math. But yeah. I am scared for what's coming next. Because again, case 7 very unbalanced. less sequel, more investigation work. This one's very balanced. So is this next case 9, going to be like so much sequel and less detective work? Well, maybe like detective work, like finding information in tables you make, but that's I find like more enjoyable if it was like that instead of jumping through a lot of websites. But yeah, this one was a lot more fun and enjoyable. Anyways, I hope it helped. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. And again, thanks for watching. I'll continue this game until there's no more cases left. And anyways, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you later. Bye bye.